ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम्। भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांत वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरो अनिराकरणम् अस्त्वनिराकरणम् मे अस्तु तदात्मनि। निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om. We will chant some. We will chant the fourth mantra of the fourth chapter. What is the page? तस्यैष आदेशः यदेतत् विद्युतः व्यद्युतता. Wait, don't rush. It is called Plut. The three is there. Here first. I didn't complete. It started. So it is like this. Listen, don't repeat. Vyadyutada. Repeat. Iti. It. Nyamimishada. What is this different suras coming? See, It is called Plut. Plut means three must be written in your book. Three kind of letter. So it is a relation. It is English, it is called purulation. Generally, like you say then you say ah. So is for 1 second. Ah, 2 seconds. And this will be more than 2-3 seconds. 3-4. If like that it goes. It is called purulation. Why is it mentioned here? It is for upamarthe. Iti upamarthe. To tell this is similar to. What is similar to what? We will see what is similar. So, again I will repeat. Please don't start with unless I complete. Vyadyutada iti it nyamimishata ityadi daivatam. Again, tasyaisha adesha yadetat vyadtatah vyadyutada iti it nyamimishada ityadi daivatam. Some are still not clear. So, this portion we had seen. New things you have to learn. So, 4th, 5th and 6th mantra are on Upasana. What is the meaning of Upasana? Yesterday you heard about Upasana a lot. When knowledge has not taken place in spite of repeated shravana. And our nature has not changed much. Our responses and nature has not changed much. And knowledge has not taken place. That means in the mind there is a strong bhokta sitting. Bhokta and karta is very strong on a small topic. Upasana is a process of dilation of the bhokta to become a bhokta of very big. From becoming the enjoyer of something small, the mind is now trained to become the enjoyer of something big. And the process to make a very big enjoyer is to shift the attention using alamban. In Upasana, the very important point is we will use alamban. Alamban means support. So I use the seen and small to make a thought of unseen and big. And second thing what I do, I repeat it. I repeat it. So much I repeat that the small enjoyer slowly dissolves in the bigger enjoyer. Same principle is there. Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsa. If you repeat any thought, then you get attached to that bigger thought. So we are using the same thing, same trick of the mind to conquer the mind. Moment the mind has a very broad and big shape, the mind is controllable. The mind is stable. Anything big is more stable than the small. Bigger countries will be more stabler than the smaller countries. The person who has very big money, financially he will be stabler than the one who is not having sufficient money. So where the shape of the mind is bigger, there the poison of the enjoyer of kam, krodh, irsha, lobh, obsession, all these thoughts slowly become powerless. So upasana is a very strong tactics used by the Upanishad to clear the weak shape of the mind. If you remember, I had told there are three problems in the mind. One is called mal, then vikshepa, then avaran. The gross impurities of the mind, where sensual uncontrol is there, the problem of uncontrolled and adharmic sense organs are there. That is dealt by dharma and karma yoga. Where mind is fickle and it is having a rag and dvesh, that mind is stabilized by something called upasana. This dosh is called vikshepa. So if you see the elephant's trunk, always it moves like that. If elephant is moving on the road, trunk will be moving. But if you give the elephant one chain to hold, so that trunk becomes stabler. So I am training the mind to not only think of a higher thought, using the prop and support of something seen, but I am also training the mind to remain at that thought for a long time. I am training the mind that it doesn't leave the thought. When you don't leave that thought by deliberate attempt, then the mind is habituated to holding the thought. And this way, its earlier habit of holding the smaller thought is slowly loosened of calm, krodh, etc. Or any person, it loosens. Okay. So you heard about upasana yesterday. Without upasana, Panchadashikar says, even after knowledge, quietness doesn't come. And therefore he used the words kritopasti and akritopasti. He says somebody may have jnana, but jnana nishtha won't be having there. Therefore he has to again do upasana. And he uses the word kritopasti and akritopasti. Those who have knowledge without upasana and those who had knowledge with upasana. And therefore upasana forms a very integral part of the spiritual seeker. Okay. So if you have not done upasana, First of all, grace of God won't be there in very big measure. When grace is not there, you are not for a long time on a spiritual path. Especially with a spiritual path with progress rather. You will be stuck up somewhere. There will be stagnancy coming after few years. You may have health issues, or you may have mental issues, or you may have family issues, or you may have circumstantial issues, so you will not be able to practice for a long time. Something will knock you out of the path. Because you don't have that much of punya to continue it. Your punya is over now. So satsang, guru sang, shastra sang, dev sang, they are all the result of merits. As much as your merit, to that extent you will have the company of sages, company of temple, company of scriptures, company of satsang. And therefore, when I want longer company, I have to refill through the upasana. If you already have from the past birth, then it is good, but past birth will prompt you to do more upasana in this birth. So it's a very important aspect. No? So from the point of view of getting a favorable situation, from the point of view of getting a favorable mind, from the point of view of getting a knowledge. So purity of the mind, number 2, illumination of the mind, and number 3, conduciveness of the situation. All 3 levels you need a good wealth of upasana. If that is lesser, so it will be reflected somewhere. Either there will be situational deficiency, that you will not have sufficient satsang or sufficient guru sang, or you will have mental deficiency, that mind is calm, krodh pradhan, or disturbed and unfocused. Or third is either you will have no knowledge of the self. So anything will tell that this seeker has lagged in his upasana, in the past birth and this birth. And therefore his desire may be there, but his desire does not have any kind of strength to fulfill it. And therefore in the 4th, 5th and 6th mantra, Upanishad is now giving a clue for upasana. I had told yesterday that 4th mantra has 2 Adidev upasana, 5th mantra has Adhyatma upasana, and 6th mantra has Gun Vishishta Brahma upasana. ठीक है ना? So now it is said here, Tasya Adesha, Tas means of that Brahman. Tas is a pronoun. Prakritasya Brahmana. Adesh doesn't mean order. Adesh means it is the upasana. Instruction. Instruction has been given. What are the 2 upasanas mentioned here? It is said here, Upama Upadesha. What is the two upasana? Number one is yadetat. Yadetat vidyutah vyadyutada. Vidyut is called takaran, light. So, flashing of the lightning. Vyadyutada. This word, if you see, Vyadyutada means what? Flash, flash, flash. Thunder is there, thunder. बिजली का चमकना जिसको बोलते हैं. So one is called Vidyut, other is called Vyadyutada. So lightning of the light. This is Upasana. And so Vidyut is Takaran, Striling. So this is 6 case. Vidyuta, Vidyuta, and Vyadyuta. The word is Vyadyutada, Vyadyutada. After that, A is there, A. So when Plut is there, Plut, not Pluto, Plut. So Plut, prolation is there. So it is to indicate upama, simile, like that. Bhaskar writes, Aiti upamarthe. This is one upasana. Over? हाँ. ये क्या है भाई? So, those who are Sanskrit students, this Vyudyat word is V plus Dyut. V plus Dyut is there. This is called Lung, Lung. Pratham Purush Ekvachan. This is called Vyadyut. Although there are two interpretations, but I'll take one only. Both are similar. Flashing of light. Well, what is flashing of the light? ये क्या भाई उपासना हुई? Remember I told you in Upasana, in something seen and small, you bring a thought of something big and unseen. You see a guru, he is a person, but seeing him, you bring a thought of God. This is Upasana. This is whole Gita. Guru Gita is attempting this only. Whole Gita, Guru Gita, is attempting that you should think of the God as the Guru. So you can think of that this is the Vande Bodhmayam Nityam Gurum Shankar Rupidam Bando Gurupad Kanja Kripa Sindhu Nar Roop Hari. Upasana hai. Acha? What is the similarity between these two? Because both are givers. Therefore it is easier to see God in Guru rather than God in enemy. Don't start with difficult work. Start with easy work. If you start with difficult, then you will stop very fast. First, play something small, then go gradually. So, Upasana is, he saw the lightning flashing. इसमें क्या है भाई? There are 2-3 points in this. One is that Yaksh had come, if you remember, in front of Devatas. Yaksh came from for a short time. But he was brilliant. He was brief but brilliant. So seeing that lightning, you remember that God. Please note, this is the only Upanishad in which Sagur Sakar avatar has taken place. No Upanishad avatar takes place during that Upanishad time. So there was Yaksh. He came for a short time. But what is there? But he is omniscient and omnipotent. All power belongs to him. So you are remembering the Yaksh and you are remembering that omniscient, omnipotent God through the lightning, who is so powerful that he can stop me at any time. If he wants, your hand can be stuck up like this only. If he wants, your eyesight can go away. If he wants, you can't get up. All the powers in your body is belonging to him only. Or very easy to understand, he can make you forget what third chapter you have by heart. Well, yes, this is true. You by hearted the chapter and shlok to tell it to me and you forgot. That very shlok which you wanted to tell is forgotten. And you will get totally frustrated. And ultimately you will stop by hearting. Because it is difficult, you forget so much. भूल गया सब. I forgot which chapter I have forgotten also. ये भी हो सकता है. So I'll say, okay, tell what is the first shlok or second shlok of 12th chapter. Second shlok of 12th chapter. Evam satat yukta ye bhaktas tvam paryupasate. फिर क्या है? भूल गया. फिर क्या है? ये चाप्यक्षरम अव्यक्तम. What is the first line? हाँ? ठीक बोला था. ये चाप्यक्षरम अव्यक्तम तेषाम के भोग वित्तमाः. कुछ का कुछ लोग बना देते हैं, भूल जाता है. One person remembered Gita and he forgot whole Gita. He could read upside down, last to first. In Banaras he was there, Varanasi. The last time when they said, he forgot whole Gita. So don't depend on your mind. Somebody else's power is there, which is acting through you. Whether it is your smartness or a talent. Dementia happens, and I have seen what happens in dementia. A person is reduced to vegetable. He is reduced to totally, not a one organ is under his control. ध्यान देना फिर आप, ये तो याद रखना है. So lightning is, remember that he comes in a flash and everything happens in a flash. This one meaning is there. He is omniscient, he comes and he has lot of compassion. Another meaning is there which is more prominent meaning. Here Miss Anand Giri says, what did Anand Giri said? He says this lightning is telling the self-effulgent nature and all-pervasive nature of the God. Swayam jyotishtatvat paradhina prakasha anupattehe vidyut sambandhi dyotinam. So the self is self-effulgent and it is all-pervasive. These two things keep in mind. So now all pervasiveness, because when the lightning happens, the whole place is lit. As if Bhagwan is taking a photograph. He is clicking a photograph. Earlier photograph you have to have flash. Now there is no flash in photograph. Big cameras, there is a flash. So you understood photo has been taken. Now you don't know photo has been taken also. उनको flash वैश आते ही नहीं. At least खट आवाज कुछ तो है. One person was there, he took set a lot. And when he took a photograph, the lens was his side, it clicked him. So this is called Athadhyatmam, Adidevam. So this is one point. I hope it is clear. This is Adidev. Vidyutaha Vyadyutada. So anytime you see the lightning, then I have to wait to see the lightning. No. You can remember lightning and remember Brahman like that. So you are trying to create a thought of Brahman is all pervasiveness by remembering the seen lightning. Because it is easier, because we can't grasp. It's a kind of exercise, it's a reminder for you. Therefore you keep photograph in your room of your Guru or Bhagwan. It's a reminder. It's a kind of somebody is watching me. Somewhere I have to become like him. So it's a kind of upasana. You try to bring a thought of the Lord so that your mind is inspired. Therefore you keep photograph, etc. Or you do Paduka Puja. So this is one upasana. Okay? You have to do it. Nobody else will do for upasana. After a time being, teacher's role is not there. Nobody can help you unless you really want to take help. And if you don't want to take help, other person, howsoever good teacher may be there. Ravana did not want to understand what Hanumanji could do. Hanumanji came in Ravana's life as a teacher. But Ravana laughed on Hanumanji. How can Hanumanji help him after that? But teacher can give you instruction, he can make you do something if you are wanting to do. If you don't want, teacher's role is ineffective in your life. This is one upasana. The word those Sanskrit, please see, iti word is meaning, iti is for Adesh. And this one is called it is there. And it is for and, samuchayartham. And next word is Nyamishad. Nyamishad means blinking, not winking. Blinking and winking both are different. I will not demonstrate. Don't be so curious. So blinking is natural and winking is deliberate, which you do something. So it nimishat. Nimishat means what? Nimishat. What does that mean? Nimishat means what? Well, blinking is also an upasana. कितनी अच्छी बात है. Because so easy to do now. Every time you are blinking. So what is the blinking upasana now? Bolo? What is the blinking upasana? क्यों? क्या बात है? हैं? नहीं, वो नहीं मीनिंग है इसका. That meaning is not there. Kirtida is searching where it is the meaning. She is searching everything now. So, हमको भी देख लिया करो भाई. Blinking upasana is when you close your eyes. Please be careful. When you close your eyes, there is no experience of the world. There is no knowledge of the world. When you open your eyes, all the world has come all of a sudden. You see a big expanse of space. You see a big expanse of people around. Means what? The light of consciousness has gone through the rays of the light, and therefore everything is illumined by that light of the consciousness. So this is called blinking upasana. Shall I repeat it? Repeat it. See, when I see something, so light is already falling on my retina and it is going. The light from this rose has fallen on me, and the picture of rose is formed. But that won't make you see. You can see only by the external light. If the light emanating from me comes, unless light emanating from me comes and pervades the all area, you won't see it. Any light, unless it bathes the known area, you don't have a knowledge. And therefore, when I open my eyes, whole cosmos, whole space, all has been bathed, all has been given bath by my light of consciousness. I hope you understood it. By my light of consciousness, like you are hearing. So when you are hearing, the light emanating from your ears has given bath to the words. And therefore you are grasping it. You said, no, I got it. If the light has not fully enveloped the object, you won't have a knowledge. And therefore here blinking upasana is the meaning. Light, eyes are closed, no knowledge of the external world. Eyes are open, all the light which has emanated, the light of consciousness is now all around. And therefore you have a knowledge. So actually you are now contemplating on the consciousness. You are contemplating on the all-pervasive nature of the consciousness, which is the illuminator. This is called blinking upasana. Like a torch is there. It is all dark. I take a big torch like you have in the picture hall. In the picture hall, if you have one theater, one person comes with this big torch and checks your ticket, and you are sitting on the wrong seat. And some people are everywhere they are wrong. And supposing they are right, somebody says, how I right? Well, it was my mistake. So what can I do? So, you must have seen theater film. So the big torch person comes, he throws a light. So when the light throws, then the object is illumined. So when the external light is not a cause for perception. Cause for perception is Light of consciousness emanating. Tell me the verse in Dakshinamurti. Nana chidra gatodara stitamaha deepa prabhabhaswaram jnanam yasya tu chakshuradi karanat dvara bahispandate. One pot was there. Pot had lot of holes. It was put upside down. And inside the pot was a candle in the dark room. So all these holes will emanate that light. So similarly, when we are fast asleep, light has gone. When you are awake or you are waking up, all light comes up. And there is a process of the light going back also. So when you are about to sleep, you have a blurred kind of vision. You see something blurred. If you have noticed, so all of a sudden or supposing you are holding a book and reading, so book falls. Everybody's experience is there. Only thing, some people wake up at that time. And some are so tamasic they don't wake up. The book falls totally on the ground and they like that, and morning they say, where is the book? It is lying down there. Leave it. And similarly, this is a process of light going, because the light is here also, light is there also, light goes away. When you have flu, you don't have a taste. Because the taste buds, the light that comes to the taste buds, that light also goes away. So you don't feel like eating because your taste buds are not active at that time. So you are struggling to eat. The one who was a glutton, now that person is finding very difficult. His mummy is okay, I'll give you something. Something is tasty you. Tasty भी अच्छा ही लगता है उस समय. Certain diseases are there where brain does not give a signal to eat. Encephalitis is one disease. Brain doesn't give a signal to eat. Encephalitis. You don't get hungry. Stomach is empty, but you don't get hungry. And similarly, when you are hearing also and you are going to sleep while hearing talk, many times I told you that, so the words get mixed up. So initially you are hearing that the light of consciousness is emanating. And slowly when you are about, then the words, while is night, like it appears. Some sound like comes. You must have experienced, because most of you hear here and there. This. And you sleep, fast sleep. When again the light comes, the ear light comes out, and you are listening to CD. Already 1 hour is over. You wonder where. Then you hear light is fast, it is fast. Therefore, it is going in the point X, and you are awake again all of a sudden. Then you check where was I? So much time has gone. Then you feel so ashamed. Then you go back to find out where was I. And any point you put, you feel, I have not heard this. Again you go back. Again you feel, I have not heard this. Again you keep on checking. And that, please note, sound was going on. but your ear was. This light of consciousness was not pervading the object, therefore you had no knowledge. And this thought, the best illustration is in Advait Siddhi, Advait Makaran. There it says the light of consciousness pervades all over, therefore you are all pervasive. This logic is given. Because even sun is to conceive that sun is there, your light of consciousness should pervade sun also. You and light are not different. So any time, now this is open eyes. So those who are meditative, they will open and they will think of what is pervading. Iti adidaivatam. Very beautiful upasana is there. I like this upasana more than earlier one. Socho jara sahab. That means all 5 elements are pervaded by me, then only I can understand. Na? Kitni achhi upasana. This is Adidaiv. Adidaiv means concerning the Devatas. Dev upasana is there, Adidaiv. And now next upasana is Adhyatma upasana. Atmanam adhikritya. Adhi means with reference to, subject to. Or Atma means inside, self. Pratyagatma vishaya vyashti. With reference to yourself. Where you have myness. I-ness is there. I am happy. That is called Adhyatma. Like mind is Adhyatma, body is Adhyatma, samskar is Adhyatma, where you can say I am sad, I am happy, I am intelligent, like that. ठीक है ना? Very good. So let us read this very important and subtle verse. Athadhyatmam yadetat gacchativa cha manonena chaitad upasmarati abhikshanagam sankalpaha. I need your attention now. I am already attentive. So, atha adhyatmam. At means anantaram. After this. Adhyatmam Bhaskar writes, Pratyagat Vishaya Adesha. Adesh means upasana, meditation. Here Adesh means upasana. Not the one who comes, not that Adesh. So, here Adesh now is very common. So, it's not here Adesh means upasana. Everywhere Adesh is there. Here also Adesh came. Then Annapurna also one Adesh was there. Rinasthan is also Adesh. Achha. Many Adesh are there. So not that Adesh. Here Adesh means upasana. I told you the word has a specific meaning in its place. So, like the order word is there. So just said, order. Culprit, the who was culprit and sitting there, he said beer with whiskey. So there, he said beer with bread, something like he said. Their order does not mean have to order something. कुछ समझ नहीं पाए, समझ में? So, athadhyatmam. So here, Atma is the meaning of pratyagat, about yourself. With reference to body. Adhi word with reference to. Adhikashi. Atma means body, insight regarding your pratyagat, about yourself, mind. Now be careful. What is their upasana here? Yadetat gacchativa cha manaha. So here, mind is there. ध्यान देना आप. So here mind goes out. When I say mind goes out, so here how will the unveiling be there? Yad manaha etad brahma gacchati eva. So here etad and you see the word etad and Brahma is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So it is objectifying the Brahman. Mana is objectifying the Brahman. Please note one point. Any knowledge can take place only by thought. There is nothing called you can have thoughtless knowledge. So knowledge of Brahman also is also with the thought only. So knowledge can take place only by the instrument called mind. If you remember, I told about vritti vyapti and phal vyapti one of the days. Most of you have written also in your notes rightly. Some did not understand, still they wrote rightly. These are interesting facts. Because they heard and they wrote it exactly. So, vritti vyapti and phal vyapti. है ना? So, vritti vyapti and phal vyapti, knowledge can take place only in the mind. So I don't know what you say that you have to go beyond the mind. If beyond the mind meanings, knowledge has to take place with the mind. Now, this is said here, I am seeing this flower. A nice flower is there. Who brought this flower? Yesterday somebody brought. Huh? Anyway, so what happened? My mind has objectified called flower. My mind has objectified object called flower. Very good. After that, I see this paperweight. My mind has objectified something called paperweight. Well done. After that, I see book. My mind has objectified something called book. Very good. When my mind has objectified something called flower, what has happened here? That knowledge of consciousness in me, it has taken the shape of flower. My knowledge has taken a shape of flower. So in that knowledge has taken place in the mind. After flower went away, the same consciousness took the shape of a paperweight. After that, the same consciousness took the shape of a book. After that, the same consciousness took the shape of a mic. And I will say, I know paperweight, I know mic, I know flower. So when you see flower, so you see in the light of the mind the flower. In the light of the mind you see flower. But in that light in which mind is seen, that is Brahman. Brahman alone has become the object called flower. As if Gacchati eva. Purnima night is there. Purnima, now Guru Purnima is coming. So you will see that the whole earth is lit by the light of the moon. When you see the object called the world, you see the plant, you see that light, the ocean. But actually, it is not the light of the moon, it is the sunlight which is lighting everything. This is similar to Pratibodh Viditammat, if you remember. So gacchati iva. So manaha yat etat brahma gacchati iva. Here mind as if it has made the Brahman the object. So Brahman alone is appearing as the object. Because one knowledge is appearing as the mind and the same knowledge is appearing as the object of mind. This is the upasana here. So when you see an object, dhyan dena, number one step, you have to transform it into the format first. And the format is from object format transformed to thought format. That I am not seeing an object, I am seeing a thought of the object. From object format transformed to thought format. And second step, from thought format, you mentally think that this thought, in this, it is the same Brahman knowledge is appearing as an object. Like in the dream consciousness appears as the subject and the object also. I objectify the dream consciousness. Mind is objectifying the Brahman as if. So when you change, this is a good thing you are changing. When you change the object, there is an invariable aspect and there is a variable aspect. The invariable aspect is the shape, but the variable aspect is the light in which all shapes are seen. You have to shift your attention to the light and say, I am the light. This is called vritti vyapti. So that Brahman is known as the one who is appearing as all the shapes, but it does not have any shape. Because if it had any shape, you won't see another object. When I see the flower, after that I see the book. If the Brahman had taken the form of a flower, after that you couldn't have seen the book. Because it has not taken, therefore you are able to see that. Supposing I say Rama goes, so you did not hear Rama goes simultaneously. And when I say Rama, you heard Rama. When I say goes, then you did not hear Rama. You dropped Rama and then you heard goes. So your knowledge is taking place because one thing you are leaving, other you are taking. If the knowledge was stuck up, you wouldn't have taken. You wouldn't have seen something. Therefore you scan blue, yellow, white, because your knowledge has been not colored by the earlier one. Therefore they say, you'll forget. Yesterday's problem, supposing you are disturbed, today you will not be disturbed. Mind has dropped it. Without knowledge, mind has dropped it. Then they use the word time is a good healer, but lousy beautician. So time is a good healer. Automatically time heals. So Athadhyatmam, I hope you have understood this point. So you have to have a knowledge of Brahman, and knowledge of Brahman is happening hereby that any shape which you are seeing, where the mind is seeing, you are seeing that this is only Brahman only. So it is a book Brahman, it is a flower Brahman, it is a paperweight Brahman. I'm not seeing an object. Remember I told you, you never see object, you always see a thought of anything. You don't see an object. And second point is, what you see as an object, actually it is a Brahman appearing as a particular object at that particular time. When you see in the moonlight, so actually in the moonlight is nothing but the sunlight seen in this form. When you see your face in the mirror, so there are two knowledges. One is direct knowledge, other is called indirect knowledge. Directly you are seeing the mirror, but indirectly you are seeing the face in the mirror. It is your face which is appearing as a reflection in the mirror. Indirectly and directly. Directly you see the image, but indirectly it is your face which is appearing like that. And therefore here Upanishad says, see the Anvaya of the Sanskrit students, Manaha, Manaha, dhyan dekh sunna, Yad Manaha, Etad is for Brahman, and Brahman is in Dvitiya. Gacchati eva bhavati, as if the mind objectifies the Brahman. This is one sentence. And second sentence is Upasakaha etad upasmarati. Etad means anin. Anin means through this thought it comes very close. It comes very close. And abhikshanam sankalpa. Abhikshanam means repeatedly. Repeatedly, that means he is doing nididhyasana in here. He is repeating it. Why? Because he is seeing the whole day his mind is, lot of other thoughts are there. So with every thought, actually, the self is revealed, the Brahman is revealed. With every thought, Brahman is revealed. Because it has a illumination, non-changing, invariable illumination aspect going with every thought. Like this light is illuminating all. So although various figures are there, somebody is tall, somebody is short, somebody is fat, somebody is having lot of hair, somebody is not having hair. But there is an invariable aspect of light with everything. So with everything, there is a variable factor and invariable factor. You focus on invariable factor, that is called abhikshanam sankalpa. Abhikshanam sankalpa means evam abhikshanam. Abhikshanam means repeatedly. Sankalpa means upasana. That repeated upasana happens now. But if you have no dispassion, you cannot even drop the object. Well, I don't like him. Lo, you are stuck up there only. How can you concentrate on the thought now? Or I like him. So mind objectifies the Brahman as if first point is there. Second, it is very close, and sadhak closely, and he repeatedly sees that Brahman. So he is seeing the light of Brahman in all his thoughts. This is the point here. More we will see in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.